Okay, back again. Now we just finished up with doing plugins, and we are basically about ready to start adding content if we don't have any more plugins to set up. Um, Typically, the first pages that I set up are disclaimer, privacy, and if you're doing AdSense or something like that, you need to have a privacy policy on there. I set up a contact form so people can contact me, and you definitely want to make sure that you have a site map. I'm going to speak more about those in upcoming videos. But what I wanted to show you right now is how how I actually do this. This is actually how, if you've never done this before, this is how you would do it. If you're doing only one installation, or maybe you're going to do one WordPress site every now and then, like I said, businesses can really benefit from multiple websites to, basically feeder sites that feed a money site or authority site, backlinks and traffic. So that's certainly a great strategy that is typically underused by specifically by small businesses, but a lot of marketers don't do that either, and it's something that's certainly beneficial. Now, people who are doing marketing or building websites for other people, you can see how simple this is, but it does take a little bit of time, and you have to go through a lot of settings, and you're really setting up the same settings over and over again. And when you do that, it's really easy to miss settings also. And then you go back and you're like, oh, I forgot to change the permalinks. So what I typically do here is I actually have a special plugin, and that's actually the first thing that I do. So if I came to a brand new installation, the first thing I would do is I would come to plugins and upload a plugin here, and I'm going to browse. And now here we're on my computer here, and what I typically do is, let me see, it's got to be one of the. All right, give me a second. All right, and I go by date modified, and I think I should be one of the. All right, hold on, let me move this here. Okay, so here's my template that I use. So I actually use a template that you see. I think today's the 17th, I believe. So here's a template I made yesterday, and I update this all the time. As I make changes and as I get new plugins, because then I have everything all done at one time. So I just click on Install Now. Okay, I'm going to activate the plugin. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Settings, and I am going to put in my key and my email address, and I'm going to hit Save Backup Key. And once that's done, I'm going to go to Restore from URL, and I'm going to say Restore from Backup. Okay. And it's going to do its little magic here, and I absolutely love this plugin. It saves me so much time. I can easily build new sites. We'll talk more about that in upcoming videos too, more specifically, because it is so useful. But I've used that so many times since I bought it. It's one of those few plugins. Like, you can buy a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of software out there sold by marketers, and the marketers are good at selling you stuff, obviously. So so it's very possible to buy a lot of crap that you don't need. Well, this is one that's been a great program, and I use it. I use it several times a week at least, probably. So, okay, so now what I have to do here is I have to log into to the new installation, because basically what that did is it wiped out the old installation that I just showed you in previous videos, okay, and it installed with a template basically that I have, that now I can go ahead and install, or I can really tweak a few things, and my website is basically done already. Okay, so it's a very, very the time savings is phenomenal. Now, the other thing that it really does too is, once I get a website set up, it's also a backup plugin or a backup solution. I've had other ones, and there's some good decent plugins out there, but I try to keep all the plugins down to a minimal because I feel like they slow down your website, and that's certainly not something you want. And then the more of everything, the more complicated it gets, the more updates you have to do, the more time, and really you don't want to be spending a whole lot of time doing these things. You want to get it done. You want it to be simple. Simple, easy is really the key to just about everything with all online marketing, no matter what your niche is. So that's really what you want to do. So as you can see here, as I just logged in here, I now have on my left side, I have a whole bunch of different things here that I didn't have before, and that's because of what I just did. So now what I would normally do is if I was building a site, is I would start going through all these things from top down, the same as I did before. Like I said, I normally I usually skip my theme and plugins and go through everything else, and then I come back and I work on them. So meet me in the next video, and we're going to start going through some of those things.